Today we're working with Adho Mukha Svanasana, our downward facing dog, and we're gonna try just a couple variations to help us feel different things. A three-legged variation and a variation with sort of a twist. So to get there, let's begin in Balasana, child's pose. So come down onto your knees, toes untucked, big toes touch. Hips back toward the heels, arms walk forward, forehead releases down. Good. I want you to engage into your palms, try and push your hips further back. And without losing that, slide the arms forward. So as much length as you can start with in the torso. Good. Without changing the distance between your hands and knees. Come onto the knees. Draw the knees directly underneath the hips. Tuck the toes behind you. Good. So fingers are spread wide, trying to push into the entire surface area of the palms. As you draw in the navel, pick up just your knees at first. Press into the palms. Send the sternum toward the knees, crown the head down. Then straighten the legs up toward the ceiling. So you're up on your toes. Then press into the palms. Extend, extend, extend through the sides of the trunk. Then start to release your heels down towards your mat. Good. Lots of length through both sides of the trunk. Back of the neck is long. Thighs press straight back, ankles press straight down. Let's release onto our knees and find Balasana, child's pose. Good. So, a couple more times through Adho Mukha Svanasana. But I want you to think more so than trying to get your heels to touch the ground. I want you to think about the sides of the trunk extending up and back. So lengthen the spine, priority over length in the legs. As you're ready, press into the palms, send the hips as far back as they'll go. Slide the hands forward. We're going to pick up onto the knees. Draw the knees directly under the hips. Tuck the toes behind you. Good. Lift just the knees. Draw the sternum to the thighs. Drop the crown of the head down. Extend the legs straight up. Press into the palms as much as you can. Good. So really, you can almost even imagine pressing the pads of the fingertips down and forward to give you a little bit more of that extension up and back through the torso. Then release the heels down. Good. Let's try something a little different. I want you to grab the sides of your mat with your hands. Really good. Come back to your dog pose. Good. Now pull into the mat and push it forward. Like you're trying to rip the mat between your feet and your hands. Good. Release the knees down. Find Balasana. This time the hands walk back toward the heels, palms face up. Good. So now we sort of have this idea of our general dog pose, what the spine should feel like. That's going to be our foundation as we add a couple elements. So, as you're ready, arms slide back forward. Press into the palms, send the hips back. Slide the arms forward. Lift onto the knees. Tuck the toes. And press back and up. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Really good. Now, we're going to keep everything exactly as it is. We're going to start to pick up our right foot. Draw the knee in towards the chest. Good. Then open the right hip over to the right side. Imagine you're trying to kick yourself here in the butt, right? Palms still keep pressing evenly. Lengthen the right side of the trunk. And release back down. Good. To the second side. Lift the left knee up, draw it in towards the chest. Open through the left hip, heel drops toward the buttocks. Palms keep pressing evenly. And release back through center. Knees down. Balasana. The palms up toward the heels. So you can feel that big side stretch, Parsva, as we kind of add that hip opening and a little bit of a twist. That's what it feels like when we go up. Let's feel what it feels like when we go down. So palms extend forward. As you're ready, let's lift onto the knees. That trick with holding onto the sides of your mat, if you ever feel like your hands are slipping away from you in down dog, you're welcome to grab the sides of your mat, especially in this variation we're about to do. So as you're ready, tuck the toes, lift up to your down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Extend the torso up and back. Good. Now left hand is going to stay where it is. Again, grab your mat if you need to for support. Right hand is going to make its way toward our left heel. If you can't grab it, it's fine. Just anywhere along this line. Return back through center. And to the second side. Right hand stays where it is. Remember, you can grip your mat if you're sliding. Left hand toward your right heel. Return through center. Release the knees. Balasana. Hands back toward the heels. That's going to do it for today. We'll see you tomorrow.